and around. Literally a perfect target. At this point, just let me do it.
Does one of us have to come out alive?
Can someone just succeed already? Just hand me the gun. Kind of karma, since he admitted he didn't like Taylor Swift. Blue hair check, of course. Go after his wife and child.
You're talking about extreme.
Okay, guys, so we have breaking news. Donald Trump has survived his second assassination attempt, this time at his golf course in Florida. Here is his statement. Alert from Trump. There were gunshots in my vicinity, but before rumors start spiraling out of control, I wanted you to hear this first. I am safe and well. Nothing will slow me down. I will never surrender. I will always love you for supporting me. Unity, peace, make America great again. A suspect concealed in bushes pointed an AR-style rifle with a scope into Trump's West Palm Beach, Florida golf course from outside the fence line.
How far away was Donald Trump when this gentleman was caught and stopped?
Probably between 300 and 500 yards. But with a rifle and a scope like that, that's not a long distance.
The Secret Service spotted the person and opened fire. He fled in a black Nissan and was later arrested. Now we know the suspect's name. It's Ryan Wesley Routh, 58, also had a GoPro camera and a backpack with ceramic tiles when he was near the course. The man in the FBI's custody was dedicated to helping enlist foreign soldiers to Ukraine, but was frustrated with obstacles he faced in trying to achieve that. Here he is. Blue hair check, of course. Maybe this time around the crazy leftists learned their lesson, not to openly wish death on someone. No, of course not. Almost immediately, they started to let us know how devastated they are that Trump survived yet again. So here we go. No ears were harmed. Carry on with your Sunday afternoon. Trump got shot at again, and they missed. Are you kidding me? This is the second person who's tried to shoot him, and they both missed. Annoyed emoji. Donald Trump almost got popped again, but they missed. But I think we all know that next time they should call BTS, because they never miss. Okay, so like making it into a joke within like an hour of the attempted assassination. Better luck next time. Comment real. This was from the first attempt after seeing they missed Trump at the rally. So watch this. You'll find video after video of people wishing that he was killed on TikTok. That's fine. But if you misgender one of these psychos, because 90% or so of them are they, them, it's whatever, hate speech, that's bullying. Oh, but wishing someone was killed, that's fine. No, carry on. No double standards at all there, TikTok. There you go. They, them. Me to the guy who missed Trump. I love the shirt. Explore together. Yeah, you should explore a psych ward. How about that? You've got issues. And then look at the comment. This is a little risky. Hashtag they, them. Hashtag they, them. They cannot go 1 second without talking about their identity. No, this is crazy. Hashtag non-binary, hashtag envy, hashtag new piercing. Hashtag bad aim. You need mental help. This user wants someone to go after JD Vance's wife and kids. So someone commented under JD Vance's post, you should have extra security too. The fascist Democrats are desperate. And then Michael Ramirez, blue heart emoji. Oh, he must be really nice, right? He must be loving and kind. He says, no, go after his wife and child. He's big and round, literally a perfect target. Like, how do they fail so bad? At this point, just let me do it. I think it's just a setup at this point to prove Trump is so strong and brave or whatever, true, to get more votes. Also, kind of karma, since he admitted he didn't like Taylor Swift, like in a negative way, even though I'm not a fan of her, but oh my gosh. If you don't know, Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala recently. So if you don't like Taylor Swift, you should be shot. How do you manage to miss again when trying to get Trump? Contact someone trying to pew-pew him again. Free Palestine. Okay. Okay, Cass. We love the fact that you supposedly care about innocent civilians dying, but this sounds a bit bloodthirsty. You want them to succeed next time with the pew-pews. I don't know, do these people not hear them? Again, K-pop? What is going on? Trump got shot again, and the shot missed. Let's just give twice the gun already, because they just don't miss. You're telling me Trump got shot at again, and they missed again? Get my boy Genya Shinazugawa against some anime crap. Dude, 90% of these people have an anime profile picture or a K-pop profile picture. No hate against either of those. I like some animes. I don't listen to K-pop, but I'm sure there's some great K-pop songs. But what is this? I think it's just because they're scared and they hide behind that. Some of them do show their faces, yeah. But a majority, it's just these fun little like K-pop dancers and singers, whatever, dancing on stage. Oh, I wish he got shot. I wish they succeeded. And then the girl in the background is just like dancing. Like, okay, you guys need help. You guys need help? I really hope you get the therapy you need. Third time's a charm. How do they attempt to assassinate Trump again and continue to miss? Just hand me the gun at this point. For real, can someone just succeed already? Here, look at this. Kamala Harris openly joked about assassinating President Trump in 2018 as an audience of lobotomized clapping seals cheered. And you're wondering how we ended up here. Let's watch.
If you had to be stuck in an elevator with either President Trump, Mike Pence, or Jeff Sessions, who would it be? Does one of us have to come out alive?
This is just disgusting. Here is the suspect. POTUS, your campaign should be called something like KADAF. Keep America democratic and free. Trump's should be MASA. Make Americans slaves again. Master, democracy is on the ballot, and we cannot lose. We cannot afford to fail. The world is counting on us to show the way. Yeah, so you have these psychopaths hearing on the news over and over again about how Trump is a Yahtzee. Literally for years, what do you think would happen? I was not supporting Bernie, but now I am. A Sleepy Joe stands for nothing. No plans, no ideas, just as limp as Hillary. Bernie, give them hell. Fight to the death. Here he is giving an interview to News.
Good morning, everybody. I'm a little blurry this morning because in this neighborhood, like 2,000, somewhere around here, 2,000 apartments, homes, power went out. My power went out last night, and it turns on these, cheap fire alarms, and they blare all night, and the ceiling's 13 feet. Anyway, I didn't sleep that well. You'll hear it beeping. Yesterday, apparently Donald Trump was subject to another assassination attempt. Whatever you feel about him or our democracy or Kamala Harris, I think we've got to tone it down in this country to incite people who think they're killing Hitler. He's not Hitler. He's just a guy. But, it'll have an impact on your futures, your financial futures. And my opinion is the polls show Kamala up. I think it's good. Whoever they are, I don't think they're going to allow Trump to be president again. And the second part of that is we are literally, I guess because every 80 years or 100 years, human beings can't remember that their great-great-grandfathers lost their legs, their eyes, their arms, their brain in battle. We, because of Victoria Nuland, Samantha Power, Blinken, I don't know who's running the country, but our country literally is going to authorize the launching of missiles deep into Soviet territory, attacking Moscow. Hey, it's okay. It's Ukraine. They invaded. Do you really want to lose New York City for the Ukraine? Do you want to lose Dayton, Ohio for the Ukraine? Do you want to lose Miami for the Ukraine? Anyway, I'll let you guys, I guess I hurt feelings when I point things out, but I'll let you guys come up to your own conclusions. But regardless of where you come down, we are heading toward a nation that has gone berserk. It's going to be run by a woman who never earned anything in her life. Oh, it's offensive. You offend women by pointing out that she was promoted just because she's slightly. I mean, Donald Trump is darker than Kamala Harris. I know it's fake, but he is. And she's a woman, so she gets promoted. She has no brain. There's no ballast underneath her ship. So she gets moved, and we're going to be in World War III. These are consequential situations and events that are going to change your financial future dramatically. But at least you won't have tweets, and at least that woman who supposedly got raped at Berghoff Goodman in a year, I don't know if it was the 60s, 70s, or 80s, and I don't know what day and what, but at least she'll be happy, and we won't go back. I mean, come on. Who really is your daddy? Who really is running the slave plantation? Who really is taking away democracy? But none of that has to matter here. What has to matter is you've got to get prepared for what's coming financially. And I can think of only one thing, and I hate that everybody else is talking about it. But if I had to pick one thing, it would be silver. If I had to pick a second thing, it would be gold. If I had to pick a third thing, it would be miners. And if I had to pick a fourth thing, I guess you try to trade what's coming in this market. We're going to go to massive highs, and there may be short squeezes. You try to trade to turn your worthless fiat currency into more fiat currency and exchange that for real assets while people still see value in the US dollar. But maybe you view it that we need to protect the Nazis in the Ukraine and this fake president that we installed, Zelensky, who's just a peacock worth billions of dollars, 500,000 Ukrainians dead in a war that was forced by Victoria Nuland. Maybe it's worth losing our very existence, losing our country for this idiot of a person named Victoria Nuland and her husband, Robert Kagan. Maybe it's worth it. It doesn't scare anybody. When I get scared, I get angry. Oh, I never fight. When I get mad, he does my fighting. Anyway, let's look at some of the stock prices. Ham's supposed to call in, but he said, get on, I want to go. I want to hammer these guys. All right, the only thing up today is Finger. Everything else is in the red. Logic is flat. And T-Low hits a new low. I say that just because it rhymes. I like T-Low very much. DJT, just to look at it, down 73 cents. So you figure I hate that. I don't know how to turn it off. I can't reach. I'll get a ladder. I have a ladder outside, big ladder. I'll come in and do it. So 30 some days ago, they took aim, and now they took aim again. If you think this guy did it with his own money, flew from Hawaii, came over, I doubt it. And how did he know when? But it's just, but it doesn't bother anybody because we're animals, and we figure if we don't look, it won't happen. It's like a dog frozen. All right, here comes Sam.
Hold for him. Handy.
Here comes Han.
I'm sorry, William. I was in a bad zone and couldn't connect.
Well, what's better about this one?
It doesn't connect.
No, I'm just talking this mind zone, this zone of. No, you're on. You're not very loud, but it's okay. You're clear.
Okay. Listen, anything that DJT, this is getting more insane as it goes along. Anybody who short that stock should be under criminal investigation. They bought puts on Friday. They shorted it. I mean, just insane. That just tells me how desperate these guys are to get people to sell so they can close out their positions. You know, again, as a trader, you got to buy the dips and sell the rips in this thing. You know, or buy the dips, sell the rip, and buy some cheap calls with the profit. Because I think this is going to get out of control shortly. It's so crazy. You know, that they keep trying to assassinate the guy, and they shorting his stock on top of it. I don't know the details of the whole thing, but someone in this stupid government's got to investigate this. They investigate people who buy 10 calls and the stock gets taken over, and they get inside information, make $50,000, and they throw them in jail. These guys are buying puts, trying to murder the next president of the United States, and they're not going to go to jail? Something's going on. I don't know what it is. That's just me speaking as a trader. Where is it right now, William? DJT?
It is 1720 down 76, volume 10 million, almost 11 million, 1720 by 1724.
That's a lot of volume, 10 million already.
10,630,000.
They must be.
No, I'm wrong. That's the average. The volume is actually 5,410,000.
Yes, I'm just saying that's a lot. About 10 million has been too much out of control.
That was too much. I was wrong. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
5 million.
Yeah, so I don't know who's selling it. I don't think people listen. Most of the people on that stock believe in Donald Trump, believe what he's doing. It's a big retail audience, and I don't know who's selling it. They're selling it like kamikazes. Obviously, they're doing something with the options to create stock. So be careful there. But I would be afraid to buy the dips in that thing. They already made a statement that they're not going to sell. So basically, that to me tells me it's going to be a positive. Where is finger motion right now, Wayne?
It's on the NASDAQ.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Oops.
It'll be a week after you to say that.
Yeah, it's funnier. It gets funnier and funnier each time I make that joke. It's 220.98, 220 by 221, 5 by 44, and the volume is 63,000.
All right. Do you want me to say what I'm hearing, or?
Yes, I don't know. It's up to you. Are you allowed to say what you're hearing?
It's just a rumor coming out of people out of Asia, which I.
Well, maybe you have to. Were you told to keep it to yourself?
No, they just told me what they heard. I was okay, thanks. That's it.
All right.
They're saying that again, people. This is a rumor. I know nothing about it. People that live over there are saying they're hearing it, and you know what? You know, maybe I was out playing pickleball. I just heard it. That's why I called you up. I said, let me tell you what I'm hearing, so we all know that the company is close to doing something in China with AI. Again, it's a buzzword. It's, you know, I know it's all fake. I have no idea. So don't take it from me. It's a rumor. I have a disclaimer on it. That's a buzzword. I don't want to sound like I'm spreading anything stupid, but that's what I was told, and I wanted you to know. So maybe those people who want buying this stock, I don't know. I know Larry the Foot Doctor is buying 10,000. That I know. That's all I know. So I just wanted to give you what I heard, the buzzword. And that's it's a buzzword. It's a major buzzword. Getting a deal of that magnitude in China would be like, forget it. Because no one's actually allowed to do anything in AI in China unless the Chinese government knights you. So could finger motion get knighted? Makes sense. I don't know. I don't know what they do in AI. I have no idea. But that's what I heard. That's it. I just wanted to let you know. I haven't, again,
Is the AI in Chinese or English?
I asked him, was it AI or AL? Is it deal with Al? Artificial intelligence. I don't know.
You can
I have no idea.
you can call me AI.
But again, I just want people to understand, what they hear. Wall Street's a small place. Stories get around quickly. So that's just, if you want to know about it, that's it. You want to sell into it, you don't believe it, do whatever you want to do. It could kill us. We're 38 trading days away. And if you don't think Donald Trump is going to roast these guys with Pat Byrne, then I don't know what to tell you. There's not much more for us to keep saying about this. It's pretty much inside information. If you ever get caught trading on inside information, you go to jail, you're fined, you're penalized, you name it. Here you have it. You know the date, you know the event, and you know who's going to enforce it. Pat Byrne is going to go after the naked short sellers. Again, for the idiot that wrote to me saying it's going to take a long time. But Donald Trump said day one he's fired Gary Gensler. Gary Gensler has been a stooge for the short sellers. You can go look at the video on MMTLP, how he ducks all the questions about blue sheet investigation there. So this guy's just covering for Citadel and all these other characters. Why would anybody do that? It doesn't make any sense to slate the game. I believe the shit's gonna hit the fan. And if you just look at Michael Burry, he was in early, but like he said, it will pay. I know I'm in early. We don't know that, but it will pay. And that's how I feel. I feel just like Michael Burry says. I know I'm in early, but I know it's gonna pay. We know the short's here. For those who think 230 million is too big, make it 100 million, make it 50 million. Pick a stupid number, whatever number you like. All right? But the number is here. We know we got 1.7 million shares short. He's short, remember everyone, at 250, 260 range. That guy is short. That's his break even on that real short. Remember last time we went to 318, how fast did he beat it down? Remember, William?
Yeah.
It was about a month ago. We went to 318. Hurry up and knock it down. That's the real short and the naked short protecting that real short because he's going to get covered. He's going to wind up throwing in the towel by 1.7 million at the market. He will ignite the real short, a naked short, excuse me, real, naked, whatever. As long as you understand the mentality and the thinking on how that works. Do you have any questions? Does anyone?
Let me see. Somebody's provoking you, saying that you sound like a Trumpster. Whatever.
I am a Trumpster. I have 3 kids. I have a grandson, and I don't want animals walking around killing people. Okay. And William, I reposted something today. I told you before, I don't give a fuck who's in charge as long as my family's safe and I can make money in the stock market. I can't make money in the stock market and I feel unsafe all the time. Whoever that is, go to New York City and walk around. Tell me how safe you feel. Or San Francisco. I don't know those other cities. I'm telling New York. I walked around New York City 4 o'clock in the morning, drunk, 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, and never had a problem. You walk around at 7 o'clock at night, it's like a different fucking world. There's gangs of people hanging on corners. They're not, I'm talking about Park Avenue, Madison Avenue. They're all over the place. 57th Street, the best places in the world. I'm not going to a bad neighborhood, and it's fucking crazy. Anyway, William, you said to me a long time ago, soon you're going to see these gangs working highways, putting things out, stopping people and robbing them. Well, in a truck stop, William, there's a guy posted a video on Twitter saying the gangs are working, the Venezuelan gangs are working the truck stops. When the guys pull over to sleep, charging them $50 each for protection. If you don't pay them, they stab all your tires.
Unbelievable. These are things as Americans we've taken for granted, that our highways are safe. We're giving it up under Kamala Harris. You're not running against, you're running against me, not Joe Biden. Well, it's Kamala Harris. But hey, you know, you don't want to be a Trumpster, vote for it. It's your country too. Vote for.
Listen, if you have children, do you want to send them out? There's drugs running all rampant through the country. We have no borders. I don't make enough money to support all these people coming in. And if the financial market's secure, I was discussing this with my brother, William. I said, I'm buying 1,000 shares of stock and I'm trading these things, making 17 to 50 cents. If I'm wrong and I don't make the sale, I risk losing $1 or $2. That's how fast the stocks go down. These are real stocks. I'm not talking about, small caps. You're up, you're making 20 cents and you're losing $1. That's because the market is controlled by short sellers. As soon as the buying stops, they drive them right back down. So you got to be really careful. You can't, it's very difficult to trade. In the old days, I could buy 20,000 of a stock, pay $30 for it, and then move to 30.01, 30.02, whatever, 30, up a teeny, up an eighth, and, it would settle in and move slowly. I don't need a stock to go, I don't need to trade NVIDIA up and down dollars. You get wiped out. Either you're making a lot of money or you get wiped out. Nobody on this phone knows how to hold on to a long when the thing is going. We always trade and make money. But we all know how to hold on to a loser. We're all very good at that. And that's what the fear is, that we hold on to our losers. And I can't afford to do that. This market is completely rigged. And I'm telling you from a professional side, I'll trade stocks. If I make 2 cents, 3 cents, a nickel, I'm good. Breaking even is good. But that's what I'm going to do. Once Trump gets elected, I'm going to go back to trading stocks. The short squeeze game is coming to an end. Find whatever boat you want to get on. Make your bet. It's coming to an end. That's what I'm trying to tell you, people. You find whatever goddamn stock you like. Whether it's Kodak, BlackBerry, you think GameStop is going to work, DJT. Go find it, do your research, and go make a bet. Because this is the only time in history that we're going to get the shorts to buy back. That means buy back means they have to buy the stock. That means the stocks are going up. And we're all going to know about it. Their days of running the asylum is over. It's over with. Our people are taking control. And they're telling you they're not happy. Devin Nunes, head of an intel committee, he's got investigations going on. You're going to have the president of the United States who owns DJT. He knows what's going on. Pat Byrne knows what's going on. Elon Musk knows what's going on. They're all for Pat Byrne didn't even vote for Trump, for the gentleman who's yapping about Trump. He's a libertarian, and he's going to force stock settlement. And that's what's going to make it change your life. Stock settlement. If you're invested in the stock market and you don't believe in it, you should sell your stock, go vote for who you want to. But this is about we need financial freedom for all of us. Or you're going to be a slave. I got it. I don't give a shit. People claim, we needed a black president. We had one. We needed a black woman. She's up there, whatever she is. Who cares? We need stock settlement. We don't have it. We're all fucked. We need borders. We need things like that for protection. I don't want to walk around going to a shooting range, learning how to shoot guns every day and load them. That's what I do in my spare time now, William. I got to go with friends to a shooting range and learn how to shoot a fucking gun all day long. That's what I do. My friends are experts. They got machine guns, bazookas, whatever the hell they have. I don't want to do that. I wasn't brought up in a world running around with guns. But I have to protect my family. They're going to look to me. No one wants to do that. But you know what? They're telling you to get a gun. What am I supposed to do? So you get a gun. Anyway, if anybody comes to my house, I got a beautiful shotgun. I won't be able to miss. No matter how bad a shot I am, I can't miss you. So good luck. Anyway, William, GDC, I reached out to my friends. They just saying it's quiet. They expect whatever they're going to expect. Again, that's a professional stock. The easy money has been made. Everyone that follows us knows that we've been talking about it going from 3 down to 80 cents or 50 cents. All right, it turned and it went up. All right, so that was easy money. Buying back in is a professional game now. All right, so be aware of that. Is there any questions about anything else?
Well,
MLS, I still on it, not doing anything. I'm waiting. That's all I know about that name. Yeah.
David wants to know what you think about the options, which were, he says, shorted. I think they bought puts before the previous assassination attempt.
I can't believe that they should be running around with a big yellow bus throwing these guys in there and taking them out and executing them. Whoever shorted the stock, whoever's buying these puts, I don't care who the president is. They're trying to assassinate the president of the free world. They're trying to assassinate a political party. I mean, it's just unbelievable that it's not on the front page of it. I can go on the SEC.gov and pull up 20 people being charged for insider trading. These guys are insider trading and are trying to murder somebody. You can't get any crazier than that. I don't understand it. Just go look at it. Go to the SEC. You can see it yourself.
Has Finger Motion diluted themselves 50% in the last year?
I think it was they diluted themselves 1,000,000%. No, they haven't.
No, they haven't. They haven't. That's just a falsehood. Woman, replace the battery in your smoke detector. Look, last night my power went out, and which was not me. It was the street, the block, and these stupid smoke detectors go into this automatic screeching saying carbon monoxide, and it pierces. And the ceilings are 13, 14 feet high. I got up there and with a broom, I got the battery to drop down. I just put the battery back in. It does not need a battery replacement. It needs somebody to go up on the 14 feet and hit a button. I don't know how to do it. So thank you for calling me a woman.
I'll cut it out. Stop talking about the equation battery.
Now, one Fix-It man, he's really in touch with Finger Motion, and he expects Finger Motion to issue 3 million more shares this quarter in dilution. Thank you for your thoughts. You have no basis for that, and I'll make a prediction. If they issue money this quarter, it's going to be for a big financing that's going to kick your butt in the short market. All right.
The person he's talking about is that, listen, people, these are the words of the bashers. Dilution, the CEO is a scumbag. They call it the companies the pump and dump. What else the words they use? They use pump and dump, trash. You go read the bashers handbook. That's that.
Well, the good thing about Facebook, Amazon, Ford Motor, Exxon, they never issued shares. They never had dilution. Come on. Every company issues shares when the deal's right. And it makes sense. That's called accretive.
That's exactly right. Listen, GameStop did it. And I told you.
Sure you do. Sure you do.
I hate the shorts. William, stop talking to that guy. I hate the shorts. But GameStop sold the stock that they did on the dilution to the shorts. And I'm the one that told you about it. And I hate the shorts. I hope GameStop goes forever and the poor people that have begged in it make money. But I told you, at some point, they switched from a short squeeze to a company. The company has the money, let it build its company, and everyone can make money when they have a great company down the road. That's it. Just stop talking about it. That's it.
Good point.
And I hate the shorts.
Matthew makes a good point. They wouldn't be doing this, taking these actions against Trump, if they were confident they could steal the election. It's a good point. Matthew has a very good point.
Listen, if you don't see that these people are struggling, whatever they're trying to do, they keep trying to assassinate. They're running around with guns, people. People die from bullets. This is serious stuff. The people died at his rally. They had nothing to do with anything. They were just sitting there. One was a fireman. One was this, whatever. I mean, it's just a disgrace that we have to live there like this. Your kids can't go to a show. This, that. Look at Taylor Swift show in I forget what country in Europe. They called it off because of a terrorist. The world is nuts. I met a young girl a couple of years ago, I forget what year it was, that was shot by that person at that hotel, at the country western thing.
In Las Vegas?
Yes, I met her at therapy.
Oh
She
God.
got shot in the leg. It tore apart her leg, the bullet. She got hit with a high-powered rifle. Beautiful young girl. And there she was. I saw her limp, and I said, "Hey, what happened? You here for your knee surgery or something?" She goes, "No, I was shot in Las Vegas by that guy." I was like, "Holy shit!" I'm just saying. So she went to a country western show. Her life is ruined. Her leg, she walks with a limp, and almost ripped off her whole leg. The bullet. That's how powerful it was. Just going to a concert. Who wants to live in that type of world? I went to the worst concerts in the world, William. Black Sabbath, Deep Purple, Led Zeppelin, the Rolling Stones growing up. There was never any incidents. I never remember anything.
You saw Led Zeppelin?
Yeah. Madison Square Garden.
I saw.
Deep Purple was a full forum. That was even crazier.
I never saw them. I saw. Who's the lead singer of Led Zeppelin? I'm having a Biden brain.
Like a plant.
Yeah, I saw Robert Plant at the O2 in London a few years ago, but I never got to see him. And he's really good. He was singing with that one the music he did with that woman. The country singer. He was very good. So this guy thinks you're in the closet. I didn't know you're gay. He says you sound like you're in a closet.
I'm in my car. I went to play pickleball. I heard this story, and I called you up, and I wanted you guys to have what I heard. That's it. I left. I was playing ball. That's what I done. I get knee surgery in another week, so I'm trying to get it all in before I have to sit around all day. Really gonna listen to me.
Won't the real short?
William, fix that alarm.
I climbed up there. I forget who said it, but she's right. There's a reset button. I don't see it, and I don't think I can do it with a broomstick. So I have to go get a ladder and nightmare. I hate these fire alarms. I didn't need to be woken up to know that the power was out for a couple of hours. I was asleep. Won't the real short just unload their position onto the naked short when the price gets close?
Well, we'll see those trades then, right? We need to see 1.7 million shares be bought by the real short, and we need to see the selling by the naked short. We haven't. This is what we trade. 50,000 shares. I don't know what we trade today. I don't even know. What's the volume of Finger Motion?
Finger Motion's up 17 cents right now. 227.88. 227 by 229. Volume is 105,180.
That needs to go to 3 million that volume to see those trades go through. I haven't seen any. So we've got 100,000 shares, and 10,000 is Larry, the podiatrist. I spoke with him yesterday. He said he was buying 10.
Larry.
The podiatrist. So that's why I pulled over in the car. I wanted you to hear. I said, well, that'll be great. And I said the stock was up. I had no idea. So I told you what I heard. Whether it's real or not, it's a rumor. Just wanted to let you know what I heard from someone who's got contacts in Asia. That's it. Nothing else to it. Is it real? I have no idea. GDC, I've been telling you, we're hearing about that rumor, the 50 million to buy. We've seen it spike up. We've seen them attack it down. All signs of that buy order is around. The stock has been stationed at 550 for what, 2 weeks now?
So what was the price? What was the price of KMW when you started telling people?
90 cents.
Okay, so 90 cents. That was June, and now the stock is 29 cents. And if you take a second to look at the outstanding shares, are 99 million.
They issued shares they did shares with, and Lynn hasn't converted yet. They still have
No.
the right to convert.
No.
We got 2 new debentures on there between Benchmark and their friends. They did more. They did 3.5 million. Then they did another 1.5 million. And they have warrants, and they got stock, and the shareholders are buying that stock. They're not getting free warrants.
So
They got the
here's
stock.
here's the outstanding shares in finger motion: 52,712,000, restricted 26 million, and unrestricted 16 million. Held at DTC 9.9 million, and the float is 4 million. So, frankly, to the gentleman that keeps pointing it out, they didn't dilute. You're crazy. I mean, look at a company that I like, for example, Northwest Bio. I like the company, not the cap table. After you guys get done with it, the authorized shares are 1.7 billion. The outstanding shares are 1.3 billion. That's dilution. But
I tried to help that company out years ago, and they just kept diluting it. They told me they had the guy, something Black, who was the CIA guy that was going to expose the naked shorts, and it's been years and years and years. But all I hear is that technology can save lives, so I hope it does. That's all. What can we say?
Yeah.
But the shorts like to use the one word. Oh, they're diluting the CEO. It's a pump and dump. The butcher, the baker, everything to get you to sell. All we care about, this whole thing could stop. The whole charade. The SEC come out and tell us and show us documentation. How many fails to deliver are there in the stock? That's it. Show us the naked short, how big it is. MMTLP is trying to get that number, and they're hiding it for 700 days. What does that tell you? Everybody knows it's here. If they won't tell you what it is, everybody knows it's here.
did you bring up, I recognize this symbol, MLGO.
Yes, I told you people were buying it, but it was a big short squeeze to 27. I heard it about 50 cents. It's not my thing, but people were buying
125 million shares traded today.
I don't know anything about it.
And
All I know is it went to 27, and they said at 50 cents they were buying it. I don't know. That's all I know.
yeah, it doesn't look like anything to get involved in. Finger right now is 232.99. David predicted a run to 230, so he was right. 232.99, 231 by 233, volume 131,000, and there's no
Just
size.
remember, 250 to 260, the real short of 1.7 million is completely in the red. So everyone on this call, I don't care if there's 1 or 1 million people, if you're short 1,720,000 shares, and you just went from being up 60 cents, let's say $2, and now you lost it all, who would stay short paying those fees? Let's say the stock parks itself at 260 for 2 weeks. Each day he has to pay the fee to borrow the shares. The cost of it goes down. The most he can make goes down every day. It's 260, and all of a sudden it's going to drop to 255, 250. The longer he stays short, he has to pay those fees, the less money he makes, or you would make. You tell me, what would you do if you were short the stock? I'm telling you, he's tied to the naked short, because anybody who has any brains that is short this amount of stock would be covering, because he knows he's going to get wiped out. But they're not doing anything. They're standing in front of a firing squad. We're all got our guns ready to fire him, and he's happened to stand there and not even thinking about it. That tells me that the naked short is trying to hold him still without letting him buy it in. That's all it's telling me. But soon, they'll give up. All the SEC has to do is come out and say, boy, these fucking guys are so wrong. There is no naked short in this stock. Go away. And we go away because we would have proof, right?
There's one guy here that got shot at that concert. Man, Big B, I'm sorry. That must have been frightening.
That poor girl, he told me the story. She just laid there in fear. They had to wait to carry her off. She couldn't walk. It was terrible.
I mean, you don't think it's going to happen, and then you, oh my God, it's
That's why people don't go anywhere. I don't go anywhere anymore. I can't afford it. I just can't run around. I'm telling you, I was on 29th Street in New York, going from the west side to the east side. Okay? Excuse me, going from the east side to the west side because it goes first down. And the street was lined with 200 military-age Africans. Now, I got nothing against Africans, but 200 of them is a military. It's a force, a military force on a block and a half, just hanging out. If those people wanted to start trouble, we don't have enough cops in that area to stop it. I never see gangs like that hanging out. That never happens.
well,
It's like that. You get nervous.
the fact that you're going to sign off if the beeping continues. I'm gonna leave the beeping alone. Finger is now 240, high of 241.
250, 260 range. This guy is underwater. Just think like the short seller. We're all the short seller. We're short 1.7 million. What do? Tell me. Some of you people that text to you, ask them, what do? Do you short more? You can't borrow any. There's only 6 million in the float, you said. They shorted what? 30% of it already? 30-something percent?
I think the float was 4 million. Let me look it up.
I forgot what that number was again.
According to OTC Markets, the float is 4,202,000.
They shorted 50% of the float.
Yeah, the real
50%
guy. The real guy.
That's the real short.
And there's only 9.9 million held at DTC. I mean, if there's 10 million naked short, they got themselves some.
That's what I keep trying to tell you. The numbers are just so out of control, and there's not one stock that everyone knows every gory detail because we discuss it every day, 7 days a week for 3 years.
Yeah.
We've discussed it.
So
We pointed out the candidate who the naked short is. It's the toxic lender. Who is the toxic lender? Jeff Easton. That's what it is.
So with all due respect to you, he doesn't say how much that is, if it's a small amount or a big amount. But with all due respect to you, GME has been shorted over several billion shares. So whenever we do see stock settlement,
I got it.
all right.
But in all due respect to the gentleman talking about that,
He's a nice guy. I'm teasing you.
this is what he doesn't understand.
Yeah.
There are computer generated programs, algorithms on those stocks, right?
Right.
So they're documenting the naked short, right?
Right.
Do you know if they buy it back?
No.
That's because it's impossible to tell if they buy it back. We can see the data on the short side, but we can't tell what they're doing on the buy side, right?
Right.
It trades 50 million shares a day, whatever the number is. They could be selling, 25 million and buying back 24.9. We don't know. In finger motion, we can see they never buy it back. There's no computer, but we can see it. It's very different. Once it gets out of control with the volume, we can't tell. That's the difference. And I understand it. But when they bought back 120 million shares and paid $20 for it, whatever they paid, the shorts were telling you, we'll buy it. They're buying another 20 million now. So every time the stock runs north to 20, the CEO's doing the right thing now. Build a company, keep taking all the money he can. What's the big deal?
Oh, one guy's saying maybe your rumor is true.
I have no idea.
Whatever. Everybody's in AI now.
It's not my rumor. I just told you what I heard, and I'm reporting it to you. I was playing pickleball. I'm wearing my shorts. I got my paddle, and I went to play pickleball. The guy called me up. He said, "This is what he heard." And I said, "William, let's go live. I want people to hear about it. In case it is true, you know about it." I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not buying a share. I'm not doing anything. Sitting in a car. There's the one. It's like your smoke detector.
Ah, the bells, the bells, the bells.
My college football season's over, so I have nothing to cheer for. I'm getting surgery next week on my knee, and I got to sit at home. I might as well just get a rope and hang myself.
Oh, don't say things like that.
But I can sit here all day and piss on Jeff Easton, that fat bastard. That I'm gonna do.
Here's a good-looking dog. Needs a big hug. It looks like your dog, only bigger. Oh,
Listen, again,
God.
just recap. You're getting free inside information. Go to SDC.com and hit up enforcement, and you can look at all the people that get caught insider trading. They made $60,000. He worked at a biotech firm. He got charged $300,000 in fines. Could go to jail for insider trading. It's a criminal offense. Here it is. People are buying puts, trying to assassinate the president, and no one's looking into it. This has been 2-3 months already. They know who bought the puts. They know who shorted the stock. And it's going to come out. Trump is not going to let it go away. Devin Nunes is not going to. They're trying to ruin the livelihood. Everyone that works for DJT, everyone in their families, everyone that bought a share of that stock. This is millions of people. And there's a few people that are bad actors, and they're letting them get away with it. It's not going to happen. They're going to get busted.
What's the latest on the finger warrants?
I told you the time frame was now. I don't know what's holding it up. I have no idea.
Could it be that they had to get a new auditor at the request of their largest investor? Could be. Could be.
Someone said that's what held it up is they changed auditors because of the new clients or whatever. But I don't know. Maybe the new client is this other thing. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But we said it 1,000 times. Benchmark said the stock is worth 5. Not me. I think the stock is worth 100. They're saying it's worth 5. Who the fuck is selling it at $2 every day? Every day. The selling never ends. I discussed it with my brother before. I said, remember we used to buy stocks when there was a seller, whether it was 1 million shares or 2 million shares. Once they sell it, they're done. The selling in finger motion is very abnormal. It doesn't end 200, 300, 500, 300. That people don't sell stocks like that. If someone's got 100,000 shares, throw it down and we'll take you out. But they don't do it. They sell two shares at a time, 10 shares, 1 share. They're just trying to manipulate. That's all they're trying to do. It's very clear of the trading patterns that it's fraud. I'm making the rules. The SEC's allowing this. And now that it's reversing, and good guys get to make their money back, everyone's shitting their pants because the upside is infinite. Think about that. Just go follow one of Elon's rockets from the ground to the stars. That's what these stocks are going to do. There's many of them. I don't know the gory details on all of them. Like Kodak, for example. I know the short was north of 1 billion shares. Have they been buying it back? I haven't watched the stock in 3 months. I know that $6.20 is the level it keeps getting to, and then trails from that point. If it goes to $6.20, keep an eye on it. I don't know. You can go out and buy some $10 calls if they're at 5 months out and buy them for a penny, 2 pennies. I would take a shot on those. Why not? It's part of the short game. That's the things I would look at. So if I was running a portfolio, I'd be buying those cheap calls like I just described. I know they're trash, but if these things ever work, the less, squeezing Kodak went to 60. So if you put the 10s at a 3 cents or 5 cents, and it runs to 40, you'll be rich. I told you, this is the showtime. The opportunity's here.
Okay, so according to the website TIPAITI, Amazon, you all heard of Amazon. Amazon, one of today's biggest multinational companies dominating the e-commerce industry, only turned its first profit 9 years after being founded. 9 years it took Amazon to turn its first profit.
I told you, I remember we were looking at the stock, it was $10. And I think Credit Suisse was behind it at the time, or First Boston, I forget which one it was. And we used to say, who's financing this company? All they do is lose. They buy something at $1 and they sell it at 98 cents. And they just lose on every transaction. And yet Wall Street loves it. And here it is 10 years later with that model, it's a home run. Anybody else? You got to have profit in 2 minutes. Hurry up, finger motion. You just signed the deal. Where's the profit? Where's the numbers? Hurry up. Because people say that to me all the time. I'm like, it doesn't happen like that.
FedEx was founded by Frederick W. Smith in 1971. FedEx failed to take off initially and was on the verge of bankruptcy. Smith took the company's last $5,000, flew to Vegas, and played blackjack. He made $24,000, covered the cost of fuel, and kept the company afloat for another week. The company made its first profit in 1975, 5 years after it was founded. Amazon, I've already told you. Amazon wasn't as promising as it once seemed, despite having revenues of $1.6 billion in 1999. Amazon still managed to lose $719 million. Things didn't get better in 2000, and they only had $350 million in cash on hand. He finally turned a profit in 2003. Turner Broadcasting System. Ted Turner came a long way. He bought one channel in 1970. In 1979, he changed the name of the company to Turner Broadcasting System. He launched CNN and all that. Unfortunately, his merger put the company on a financial strain, and the company would not record an annual net profit until 1991. That's from 1970. ESPN, Bill and Scott Rasmussen, 1980. They founded it in 1979. What isn't debatable is the network kept losing money. In 1994, we gave them $1 million. It would have gone under. In the 1980s, ESPN was able to turn a profit because of Anheuser-Busch. Tesla Motors, incorporated in 2003. In 2009, they got a loan. It wasn't until 2013, a decade after its launch, that Tesla experienced its first profitable quarter. All right, I've done enough. I can't.
Listen, the
listen
people
to
that are
myself.
demanding those, William, the people demanding those numbers are shorts.
They're shorts.
People, listen, I have no expectations for a company to announce a contract and the next day say they made $10 million and they're profitable.
So Mark thinks your wife's Spanish friends, guy friends, could come visit you during your recovery.
I forgot about those characters.
Yoo-hoo! Yoo-hoo! God, I want to take a gun to that. I wish I owned a gun. I'd blow the ceiling out of this apartment. Do you think moving DJT to the NYSE
No,
means anything?
no.
Richard is saving GTII. Yeah, he's doing a yeoman's job.
He is doing a job. Listen, again, I don't know Richard personally. I've spoken to him a bunch of times. He's the nicest guy in the world. Okay, the people that believe in GTII that want to make it work are big shareholders. They've spoken with Richard, and basically, Richard has shown them the way to get things done. Someone else knew this guy in Nevada, the receiver, and he was appointed. Obviously, someone knows him, and they put someone that they trust. And I guess they're all working together. Richard's keeping us up. That whatever's going on in Nevada is going on. And for his troubles, William was served by GTI to tell him to stop attacking them. And as a shareholder, Richard's allowed to do what he wants. He's an attorney.
Richard was served, not me.
Yeah, Richard was served by GTII to shut up. And, he just asked a bunch of questions and they wanted him to keep quiet. So, believe it or not, the shareholders are winning there. It just takes time. The 500 million shares we talked about making sure from the Kramers and Alpine, the court document is right there from the depository trust in the SEC. It's not from some lawyer that we hired. It's there from the government. They told us the short is there. We know the prime broker, thanks to the woman at DBMM, the prime broker is Alpine. Alpine got caught up with the Kramers, and they were selling stock without having any money backing it. That's who knocked it down. Anybody can sell stock with no money. I would love to buy stock with no money all day long, right? Wouldn't you? So that's how it goes. But they got busted. The proof is there. The criminals are probably fainting, saying, I can't believe that this thing is still alive and it's going to come back. They're probably dying because one of the companies that go in there that I know has a tremendous business and is dying to merge into GTII to take advantage of the short. So let's let it go through the motions. I can't worry about it every day. There's nothing to say. So we just have to wait. Follow Richard. He gives you updates all the time. He's nice enough to do his YouTube thing. Follow him and jot down the information. If questions you want to ask him. He's closer than me. Once it gets cleaned up and it's at the merger time, then I'll be all over it. But you can't buy it now. You can't do anything. So we're just sitting there watching it. William, where is finger motion at right now? I like to just memorize numbers.
238 up 27.53, 236 by 238, 189,000 shares.
All right, so it's digging in. That's good. Listen, it makes no sense to sell it down lower, right? It just makes no sense. And again, I told you, 250, 260 range. The guy's his fees go up. He's got to keep paying. The people that he's borrowing shares from, he's got to pay them. The brokerage firm gets their cut. And it's every day he's got to pay that fee. It's like a parking meter. He's got to keep running out to the meter, put change in it. On all 1,720,000 shares, he's paying that fee. So at $2.06, listed 250 times 1.7 million shares, right? So how much is the most he can make? A couple $1 million bucks? And soon he'll be underwater. Now what do you want to do? And he has to cover it all back. And we all know it. It's not like no one knows about it, right, William?
That's right.
The data is right there. We put it up, shortsqueeze.com. Go look yourself. I told you to educate yourself. You know the short, the other short we stopped counting months ago. I say 230. I'm telling you, I believe it's going to be 250, but I don't want to say it. I'll stay at 230. 230 is big enough for me. 200 is big enough for me. 100 million is big enough for me. I'm just trying to show you how stupid this is, that it continues and no one's stopping it. These are trades that can bring down banks, prime brokers, you name it. People are going to get wiped out. And I don't know where all the money's coming from to pay for all these messes. But if they want to keep giving it to us, take it from them.
Okay, so you've run out of questions. And
We're okay?
yeah, no more
I'm just
questions.
sitting in the car. You got me off the pickleball court, so I'm ready to go.
No?
Actually, William, I was playing shitty. I said, let me get out of here. I'm only kidding. But I will go play this afternoon again. And for those who don't know, I broke my paddle. I'm pissed off and I'm using like a little kid's paddle now. I figured I wouldn't buy a new one until after surgery. Has anyone ever had a knee replacement on the call?
You need your frontal lobe replaced. Now, I've known people get their knee replaced, and it's completely, you'll love it, they say. I'm glad I'm not going through it.
Oh, yeah, thanks, man. You gave it to me to do.
Just how does the body take all the bone marrow from your lower part of your leg up to your upper part when you have a metal knee in the way? I don't know.
See, that's a good question. I was more concerned that I was going to get a catheter because you're going into surgery. So I said,
I hope they have one tiny enough.
I told them they better get a garden hose to make.
Eric says it's a really pretty routine surgery these days.
Okay.
You'll want to go in again. You'll love it so much.
Listen, this is my first surgery, so I'm a little nervous about it. And
That's interesting. Scott's pointing out there's a derivative called a contract for difference, CFD. You can trade them offshore. That's interesting. So you can set up a derivative to match off your losses. Unbelievable.
So what they're doing, if you remember The Big Short, Selena Gomez was at a blackjack table.
Yeah.
And I forget who the gentleman was sitting with her explaining it, but she was making a big bet. And the people behind her were making bets, and the people behind them were making bets on the people in front of them, and so on and so forth. What's going on in the equity market is exactly what we just described. People are making bets, bigger, better, and we don't see them. So somewhere there's the derivative, somewhere is someone's hedging, doing something. But in Finger Motion's case, I don't believe there's derivatives on this one. I believe there's someone that is massively short. It got out of control. They usually win 99.9% of the time, and we just happen to be the wrong people that they picked on. They picked on the stock that you have a 24-year reject that follows this stuff, that knows everything about it, and I won't give up. And along the way, I bumped into William, who actually wanted to understand it. And our good friend that introduced me to William, he understands it. He's been with me for a long time, and so on and so forth. I've met great people here, and you know what? Everyone wants to win and fight. I have friends of mine that passed away from heart attacks or whatever, cancer, and you know what? I promised their families I would never give up, and here we are.
Several people had a knee replacement. You'll be fine if you're active. One guy had both knees and a hip. Gretchen points out if you're going home same day, you won't get a catheter.
Thank you, Gretchen. That's the news I wanted to hear. I'm going home the same day, yes.
Trump's going to make a statement September 16th about crypto. That's tomorrow. Oh, that's today. Oh, Lordy. Routine surgery. Brother-in-law just had it done. It was rough the first couple of weeks, but he's doing better now.
Well, listen, I played pickleball 5 hours a day at a high level. The doctor said I got very strong legs, so I can't imagine that I won't be able to get on a bike and start banging this out. And my knee's sore at night. It's very sore after I play, so I guess I put ice on it all the time, and I don't take anything for it. But I hope I can just power through this thing as quick as possible. That's it.
Your knee will be smaller than your right arm.
What does that mean?
Well, you showed me your arm. I guess because you've squeezed. You have this lobster arm. You're like Rafael Nadal.
I'm like a crab. I got the body of a crab. I got this big monster right arm, and my hand is so strong from playing racket sports for since 35 years, every day, 10 hours a day.
All right, so there's no more questions.
Well, let's stay on another 15 minutes till 12, and then I'll go get a slice of pizza and
all right.
go about the rest of my day. So if anyone comes through with anything, again, MLS.
What does it mean when a stock is a professional game?
Meaning that when a stock drops, I would never recommend retail investors get into a squeeze name that's squeezed already. So the professional people, traders that have been doing this for, buying the dips, and those are the people that play like a GDC or GameStop. When GameStop was falling, people buying the dips on that are professional. Retail people buy when they're spiking. You should be selling when they're spiking and buying them when they're dipping. And that's what professional people do. I would do the same thing. I would be buying it at 550. I was in seller up to high as 1150. All right, that's as high as one of my friends sold it. So I made sure people that I knew were sellers into the rip, and now they're buyers into the dip. A lot of people made $3, $4, $5, $6, $7 on it, buying back at 550 as a professional, meaning that they're just using their profit, and they own the stock basically for $1 or worth nothing or zero. They're playing for free. Those are professional people. People that do this for a living, that can go from GDC to GMB to KOSS to you name it, they hop around. You guys don't do that. We all stay focused on one name. Wall Street's about trading a lot of different names. If you don't understand them all, you can trade one name. You don't get your trades every day, but that's how it works. But that's what I mean by professional.
Are you going to have a call the day you have surgery?
Why not?
If
it takes my mind off of it, yes, I will do it.
Your friend from New York wants to know what's the story with GTII.
Richard Hoffman does updates every day. The biggest players in the company are supporting the legal action. They removed management. They have what do you call him? Custodian? What is he?
Receiver.
A receiver, someone who's appointed by the court. He will determine what's good or bad for the company, and he's working with the biggest holders of the company. So everything's in the right direction. It just takes time. We can't do anything about time. But everything is going in the right direction. And if you don't know anything about GTII, GTI has a huge naked short, and it was told to us by the federal government in a lawsuit. Not us making it up, federal government.
If DJT were not manipulated either way, by the shorts or by, where do you think the stock would be trading today? What price?
I would say $30 to $50. Because retail investors buy and they want to believe in something. They do not sit here trying to trade it to make 50 cents. If you trade it, you got to pay a tax on it. People are buying this stock for a reason. Roaring Kitty was buying GameStop because he played games. He loved it. He played games. He believed in the online game. He gave his whole thesis about that. He had no idea about naked shorts, but he believed in it, and that's why he was buying it where everybody thought it was going to zero. I don't follow gaming stocks because I don't play the games. I used to, but I don't play them. I was following GameStop because I understood the naked short, and my reports on it were about naked shorts, institutional ownership, and what it can do on a short squeeze. I made my report out for the government of Abu Dhabi. I gave it to their regulators, was ADGM, Abu Dhabi Global Markets, which is their SEC. That's how I followed GameStop. He followed it because he thought they had wonderful games. I don't know what the hell they do. We looked at it as a failing business with stores in the mall. That's all I do. So a company went from being bankrupt, now has $4 billion, raising another $500 million, and you can't get any better than that. If you didn't take advantage of the trade, welcome to Wall Street. What can I tell you? William, is there any volume in GDC today?
Yes, there's volume. 64,660.
All right, I'm thinking like 600,000 to $1.5 million. There's nothing there yet. So
No,
that
nothing there
stock
yet.
is, I do believe that there's smart people around buying it, but they're professionals, they're big hedge funds, this is how they play. They buy stock on their terms. You gotta remember, sometimes they bait the short to come into the stock. They make it look weak, and the short, we just sold $1.2 million. It's in there saying the stock's cracking, sell some more. And then they suck it up, and all of a sudden it goes back up to 660, 675. And they're like, oh boy, what did we do?
So Peter wonders how you play pickleball now if you need knee replacement surgery.
It doesn't hurt when I play, it hurts later on. And the doctor said, because you're in a ready position, you ever see a tennis player receiving a serve? They sort of bend the knee a little bit. When your knee's bent a little bit, it takes the pressure off. So like when I play, I'm always in that ready position, ready to hit the ball. And when I swing like a tennis player. I take a stride into the ball.
You swing like a girl.
I swing like a girl.
Oh, that's probably sexist to say.
Actually, I know a couple of girls that hit pretty hard,
I think most women could hit harder than I could.
But the one thing is that, I played this morning, and I played a guy who was a big guy, and his girlfriend, she was tall, maybe 6 feet tall. And I looked at him and I said, can she handle it when I hit it hard? And he goes, yeah. I said, I had started. She goes, yeah, go ahead. And I started whacking at him, and I knew she couldn't handle it, so I just went at the boyfriend that I wouldn't hit it to her then. I don't want to hit it. I hit a guy the other day in the throat. I told you about that. It was a thrill. He was 7 feet tall. I hit him in the throat. Remember I told you about a stock? I met a guy playing pickleball, told me to buy Nancy Eddy. It was a nuclear energy company. And the stock was craving at the time. It was falling past 10 or down. I told him to go buy the stock. He was buying it. He was going to buy like 5,000 shares at like 10.5. I told him just bid for it. Every 50 cents down, put bids in. Well, he got his average down to like $9. It was going low. I think it went down to $7, $8. I think on the dip. Anybody can know. Maybe it was a month and a half ago. He was telling me that he was being told to buy it. He told me about it, and I said it on this call. I didn't know anything about it, but the guy was buying it. And the stock is now $15.45. I just happened to look at it.
So what's your prediction? 25 bips or 50 bips? Or zero?
I have no idea.
I go with zero.
I don't know if it's good or bad for the market anymore. I have no idea.
No.
Everyone says they need it. Now my brother says they don't need it.
So if you only heard after playing, why don't you just keep playing?
I agree with that. I can't stay there 8 hours.
Mark says you should just walk around like Groucho Marx for the rest of your life.
One of my favorite characters, Groucho Marx.
Whatever it is, I'm against
Whenever
it.
I go to a restaurant and the waiter takes the order, and for the gentleman to just say Groucho Marx, I always bark out in the corner at the end of the table, and after everyone's given their order, I always yell, "and one hard-boiled egg." For those, I think that was a night at the opera when they were on the boat, and they kept ordering "and one hard-boiled egg." It was pretty funny. You had to see it to understand it.
He was good.
The Marx Brothers, if people don't know, they should actually sit down and watch the movie. I know the singing is, old school stuff, but their comedy and their lines are priceless.
I like the sanity clause.
Yeah, the sanity. Who's coming? Sanity. The sanity clause. Well, when they played football, I diddle, the cat and the fiddle. This time I think we go up the middle. Inky dinky, bottle of inky. This time I think we get the.
I like when he's sitting with that Madeline Dubois, whatever her name is, and the check comes for their dinner, and he picks it up. He says, "This is outrageous," and he stands up and he hands it to her. "If I were you, I wouldn't pay it," and he walks away.
That's why people should sit down and watch it, because that's the type of stuff they used to say 100 years ago, a long time ago.
Yeah. Just shows that human beings haven't changed much.
Right. You know what stock is funny on a short squeeze? Is this KOSS. They squeeze it to 12, it drifts back down to this area around 7. And every once in a while I look at it and I see it back to 9. I'm like, they keep coming for that name. I don't know why. I don't know how big the show. I know nothing about it. But they seem to come after it every once in a while. If you wanted to trade that, I can't tell you when it's going to go, but you buy 100 shares of it, and every once in a while you squeeze it, you make yourself $2, you sell it, you make $200. Someone said that someone wrote something about someone trying to save lives, and I said TELO was trying to extend the lives, so they short that stock. I forget what the conversation was about. I think maybe it was about Northwest Bio. Someone posted about trying to save lives. So this company does the same thing.
In the good news of the day, J-Lo is back with Ben Affleck. Can't beat that. Front page news. While we're about to get bombed by Russia.
Why don't these people just marry normal people?
They're all narcissists, center of attention type drama queens, including Ben Affleck, easily the worst actor out there. Terrible actor, Ben Affleck. Ugh.
He was good in that movie.
Good Will Hunting.
Yeah, Good Will Hunting.
He's good in all movies he's not in. He's just terrible. But he's tall. He's got that going for him. He's tall.
All right, so I guess we're right.
And he broods. Every woman likes a tall, brooding man. You can get a knee replacement do-it-yourself kit at Bones and Nobles.
Listen, I've never had surgery. I know I sound like a whiner, but this is new to me, and I know a lot of people have surgeries. When I went for the testing, the woman next to me, she had both knees and her hips done, and she was getting her shoulder done. And I said to her, "Are you a crash dummy? What do you do? I mean, how much injury, how much could you have?" She had arthritis in all those, in her hips and her shoulder now. So, I feel bad. That it's just unbelievable. But she said that makes you better. What am I supposed to say? I don't know.
All right.
I just keep I'm gonna sit around for 2 months, not play. I guess I could practice. Just hit balls into a net. I'll do that.
All right. We got 3 minutes to go.
Nobody has anything?
Well, a bunch of, they want to know if that's a fire alarm, battery, whatever. It's bloody 14 feet in the sky. I can't reach it.
I should come up with a bucket of hardballs. I can hit it. I got pretty good aim.
The bells, the bells, the bells, the bells.
Again, just remember, if anyone wants to learn, okay, and everyone here seems willing to
We
learn.
want to bitch, we want to complain, and we want to get mad at you.
It's okay, I don't care. Go read about KNW. Just Google KNW, whatever the name of the company is, and go look at the loan that Lynn Partners gave them. Just go read the details and their conversion and how low. They have the right to convert this stock as they drive it lower to 0.00001, which makes your stock worthless. Then they turned around, they did a deal with GMGI called Golden Matrix. They've given them, I think, $12 million, but they sort of twisted it around and made it sound like a different deal. But it's always the same outcome. The company got the money. Since they got the money, the stock is down 50 cents. It doesn't matter. These guys need to short the stock so they can recoup their money that they're giving to the company. That's how they make their money. Because every stock these guys invest in, it's not like they invested in a new IPO. They got in the IPO at $1 billion valuation, then it's $10 billion. No, everything they get in is worth $400 million. By the time they're done, the company's worth $10 billion. That's their pattern. And how anybody can't see it is remarkable that everything they invest in goes straight down. Everything. So that's where they are. Anyway, William, where's his finger before I sign off again?
On the NASDAQ.
Okay.
You're slaying me.
Okay.
233.06. Thank God. I didn't want to pay 233.08.
What's the buy today? What's the
212, 260. 233 by 238, 5 by 55.
People, what are we learning by that last quote? What did William just say? 233 to 238. The spread is getting big. Means that the shorts are getting nervous. They don't want to sell it. They're just trying to maintain the level of the stock. When they start spreading it, they don't want people to buy it. So if you are buying it, you buy 20% at 238, and then you bid 230, let's say 235, you said 233, you buy 20% of your purchase at 234. And you start to move into it that way. Remember, when they open the spread up, the short sellers don't want to sell anymore. Remember, every day our stock has been 210 to 211, 210 to 211. Then they hit the bid, it's 209, and they drop to 210. They hit the 209, they go 208, 209. They keep lowering it, right? Now it's the opposite. When it starts to go up, the spread is spreading. It's getting wider. It's for a reason. They do not want to play. And the only reason they don't want to play is they don't want to short more. That's the only reason. So the writing is showing you on the wall that it's getting close. 38 trading days will be 37 by 4 o'clock today. I'll change the number. Each day it goes down. I told you I'm going to reach out to Pat Byrne on day 25, and we have 25 days to go to have a call with William and hopefully update everybody what he sees or he feels his position will be in the administration. Remember, he didn't vote for Trump. He's a libertarian. He's a guy that's trying to save all Americans, no matter what you are, libertarian, Democrat, Republican, a knucklehead, whatever you are. Doesn't make a difference. Pat Byrne is a man of the people. Most of us are, man, of the people. I don't really give a shit about Republican, Democrat. I'm here to make a good life for me, my family, and my grandkids. If you want to get fucked, you know who to go vote for. I'm not here for playing games anymore. Time is going by. We've wasted 4 years of this nonsense already. 4 years when Trump won, 4 years of him when he was out, and now he's coming back in. So how many years of our life have people wasted reading shit about politicians? Nancy Pelosi's a fucking crook. She trades on inside information. AOC went to a bartender to make him worth $30 million. Give me that fucking job. Tell Kamala Harris to pay me. I'll get on a bus anywhere. Pay me a fucking $1,000 a day. I'll fucking stand with a sign all day. I don't give a shit. How are they paying people? Who's making all this money? I don't know anybody making money. Got me. I don't know what's going on. But I know I can make my money in the stock market. And I can't do it if these other idiots are in charge. That's the market goes up every day. They're buying 10 fucking stocks. It's the same stocks every day. We pointed out to you every day. NVIDIA turned the market the other day. What happened? IBM, Microsoft, they all stuff to follow. Just follow the groups. Go look at what's in the Dow, what's up, and see if it starts to spread. Maybe it's the oil stocks today. They can manipulate the Dow number by the stocks that are in the Dow, by the percentage that are in the Dow. Some days they use UNH and Caterpillar. Some days they use American Express, Disney, or Chevron, whatever it is, Exxon, whatever it is. You can figure it out. It's easy to see what they're doing. Just look at the numbers. Put a list of all the Dow stocks. You can tell where they're tapping into. All right, William, I'm sick of that beeping.
I'm sick of the beeping too.
I'm only kidding. I don't care. Let it beep all day. I could care less. Anyway, everyone, have a great day, and hopefully everything works out for you. All right?
All right. Thank you.
You got it. Thank you.
I'll look up PLTR. Guys, you've got to be careful of Bunny Chico. He comes in with stocks to try to distract you. Planner looks actually, first glance at the chart, it looks good. That looks great, Robert. I don't know anything about the company, but if it got through sort of 44, 45, 46, that could go a lot higher. This other one, that WHLR, completely destroyed by the shorts, complete wipeout. And now they want to drag you in for more. It's, anyway, I'm sure you can direct message Bunny Chico and find out why he's recommending a stock that was over $10,000 a share. Obviously, it's been reverse split massively. It got down to, I don't know, I can't tell, under $1. And it's rallied. Last week, he told you about it. It was at 11. He said it could go to 15. Now it's at 734, and he's saying it can go to 15. If you want to play that, play it. It could run, and there's a gap up in the $40 range. But I tell you what, that's a dead cat bounce, and they just want to take more of your money. That's how I read that one. But I like PLTR. All right, and I'm gonna get, darn it, I can't stand that. Let me just see if I can read one short article. There was a longer one, but I'll just read this short one, and then we can go. Martin Armstrong answers the question, has Russia stationed nuclear subs around Britain and the United States? Answer, yes. In response to handing long-range missiles to Ukraine on September 12th, Russia deployed its Project 885 Yasin class subs with Zircon hypersonic missiles. As I have said, I have met with members of Congress, and they said the risk of war was with China, not Russia. I have explained that they are being pointed in the opposite direction, so the neocons have free rein. I do not think that the press is telling the full story here and how the West is pushing Russia to war. Putin has been the only adult in the room. I agree with him. He has been patient. I fear that our model on Russian revolutions will turn in October. There's a certain synchronicity to that. If the Russian neocons remove Putin, then our neocons will get their wish, World War III. The question is, will they survive? They could take out London and Washington in a matter of minutes. Oh, it sounds like you're a Trumpster. Oh, Kamala's great. Biden's great. How to be a sheep led to slaughter. Unbelievable. You wonder how the German people allowed what happened to happen. I'm learning here from my blue friends how and government can do anything. They can take out one nominee, put another one in. Hey, it's fine as long as it's not Trump. Oh, just tell us we're doing it for democracy. I got to get back to Taylor Swift and whoever she's boinking. And that's more important to me than my government. That's how it happens. Martin Armstrong wrote an article, The Nuclear Armageddon. Thank you, Blinken. Let's get real here. Our neocons have convinced our political leaders that Putin will never push the button. Among these pathetic world leaders, who all the blues are for, cheering World War III along with Biden are UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, and most of the EU heads of state. The leader of the American neocons is Secretary of State Anthony Blinken. Russia does not want nuclear war, and it's been trying to warn the West. But our neocons tell the politicians, don't worry, be happy. They can conquer Russia. Putin is bluffing. On the opposite side is former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev, who the press dismisses as just fake threats. Yet Medvedev warned last week, quote, a nuclear response is an extremely difficult decision with irreversible consequences, adding that patience comes to an end. Only Reuters actually reported that Dmitry Medvedev was not bluffing. Quote, Russia was not bluffing when it spoke of the possibility of using tactical nuclear weapons against Ukraine and warned Moscow's conflict with the West could escalate into all-out war. Even Britain's Independent reported, quote, the former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev has warned that the Kremlin could reduce Kiev to a giant melted spot if Ukraine's allies give the green light for them to fire long-range missiles deep into Russia. Ukraine's hatred of Russians is personal and can never be eradicated. This is like the Hatfields and the McCoys. And we'll keep building on. It's Newberry's train songs and somebody's playing songs and blue eyes crying in the rain. Back down in Texas, nobody's feeling no pain. We'll go back to Lukenbach, Texas, Waylon and Willie and the boys. This something life we're leading has got us feuding like the Hatfields and McCoys. Whatever. I can't remember the words anymore. It's not much different from the Middle East with Sunni versus Shiite. We are on the wrong side here. And the Ukraine is irresponsible. Russian ambassador to the United States, Anatoly Antonov, also said that he is surprised at the illusion that if there is a conflict, it will not spread to the United States territory. Blinken and the neocons should be dragged out of the White House as traitors to the people of the United States and the entire world. When Yugoslavia broke up, it did so along ethnic lines. The hatred in those areas extends back centuries. There are conflicts from the invasion of the Ottoman Empire, so you still have groups of Muslims and Christians who have never forgotten. Ukraine never had its own country. Ukraine never had its own country. Ukraine never had its own country. They joined Hitler, who promised them their own country if they became Nazis from the outset. Martin Armstrong warned that the Ukraine should have been divided along ethnic lines, the same as Yugoslavia. Don't forget, it was a Serb who assassinated the Archduke and heir to the Austrian-Hungarian throne, which started World War I. We never seem to learn a damn thing from history. But the American neocons have used Ukrainians as cannon fodder and do not care about Ukrainians at all. American neocons do not care about Ukrainians at all. They have used them to kill Russians in the hope of weakening Russia so they could achieve their lifelong goal of conquering Russia. This is an ethnic territorial grab outlawing their language, culture, and religion. Zelensky has deliberately sought this war and stood up before the world press the day before Russia crossed the border, proudly saying Ukraine would rearm with nuclear weapons to make sure Putin would invade the next day, the same as the 1962 missile crisis. When these people destroy the world and your future over Ukraine, as World War I did from this region, understand this. It is raw hatred and money, nothing more. Raw hatred and money, nothing more. But hey, vote for Kamala. All right, let's see what else. The real short. This needs a battery. There it goes. All right, there it goes. Looks like finger holding pattern. My mom had both done. All right, I'll tell him Little Green. I bet Ms. Walls is really cringe worthy. Ugh. What's Senator Craig's spread? All right, 12:17. I'm going to sign off. I've got a lot of calls to make and other things to do, and lunch to attend to, and all that. So thank you for signing in, and we will talk. Oh, I got to do it up here. We will talk tomorrow. Cheers, everybody, and let's pray for world peace. If each of us prays for sane minds and sane decision making. We don't want World War III. We do not want it. I would trade having to listen to Kamala Harris's cackle for 4 years. I would trade that if I knew we wouldn't be in World War III. So we'll catch you on the flip side.